Hello and welcome, second graders. I'm so glad that you're here today to join me for stories. Our Read Aloud today is another book that has some artwork by Dan Santat. Since he's reading the book, since he illustrated the book, Picture Day Perfection, I figured that we could spend today and yesterday reading books featuring our wonderful artist. So the story that I have for you today is The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend. So Dan Santat has written a whole bunch of books, and he's drawn most of them too. This is a book that he has written and drawn the pictures for. That's pretty cool. Let's get started. The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend. What's an imaginary friend? An imaginary friend is part of your imagination, so you pretend that you have a little companion, a little friend that goes everywhere with you. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real child. Oh, wow. So he was born in the place where imaginary friends are created. And he's waiting for a kid to think of him. That's a new idea. I like that. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights. Now, one of the things we have to realize, boys and girls, is he's born, but he hasn't been given his name yet. Only a kid can give him his name. He waits a long time, it says. I wonder how that makes him feel. But his turn never came. Oh dear. So we go from this page, where there's lots of animals being chosen by children to be their imaginary friends. And now look, all the other ones are gone. Oh boy, except for this little one-eyed crab. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend busy from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he's like, it's okay, my kid is just too busy baking and winning a championship and playing guitar and doing all sorts of stuff. He's too busy to imagine me so that I can join him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. So he's kind of getting bored of hanging around waiting. And so he decided to have his own adventures. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his special friend gave him the courage to journey on. Oh my goodness. It's a giant whale. Oh my gosh. So he's doing some pretty scary stuff. But it's the image of his little friend who will someday come to love him that keeps him going. So he faced many scary things until he reached the real world. I don't know if he's going to belong in there. It's pretty scary. The real world was a strange place. No kids eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music. And everybody needed nap time. Oh my goodness. So there's no cake. But they are eating cake. That's confusing. Let me read that again. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. Oh, I see. I reread it and now I understand. So there's cake on the table, but the people eating the cake are grown-ups. So he's like, why can't the kids have cake? No one's stopping to listen to the man playing the accordion. Everybody's just walking by. And people are falling asleep on the train after they've had a busy day at work or school. That little girl's going to school, I can tell. And they're taking the subway. Everyone needed nap time. Well, when you have a hard day, you gotta sleep. Then he finally saw something familiar, so he followed. What does he see? Not just the dog. What do we see over here? It looks like a tail of some kind of imaginary creature. So he followed. He had a good feeling about this place, but he looked everywhere and he could not find his friend. So where did he end up? He ended up at a playground. That's a perfect place for kids and a perfect place for imaginary friends. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. So he's like waiting up in the tree. Where is he? There he is. He's climbing up the tree, waiting for his friend. But no one came. Oh, I put a little note. This little note means pay attention to that little thing. What do you think that little thing is? What does it look like? So he's waiting up in the tree. Nobody came for him. But there's a little piece of paper on the breeze. Oh, I guess I spoiled it. It's a piece of paper. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited and felt very sad. Then he heard a noise below. Hello! And look at what's in the tree. Oh, wrong side, sorry. Can't reach. The paper. Hello! It's like, here you go. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that just felt right. Look at the picture. Look at the picture she drew. And look at the previous page. It's a match. And there they are. And my little Post-it note says, how do you feel when you make a new friend? At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before. But after a little while, they realized they were perfect together. That's so sweet. Okay, so we'll start from the top. At first, they weren't really sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend, but they're kind of like, But after a little while, she says, what does she say? They're like, and then she says, Alice. Oh, I guess that's her name. And he's kind of like, I don't have a name. And she says, Beekle. Oh my gosh, look at the precious little face on that guy. He has a friend, he has a name, and he said, I'm Beekle. And then she says, hi, Beekle. And they hug. And you're not crying, I'm crying. It's fine. I'm just so happy that he made a friend. That's so sweet and wholesome. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They told funny jokes. Oh, look at that. They're chilling out. I love that. They told funny jokes. Oh, I missed part of the words. I'm so sorry. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. Oh, that is so nice. The world began to feel a little less strange. And together, they did the unimaginable. The end. Boys and girls, thank you so much for joining me for today's story. It is my pleasure to be able to read for you. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, boys and girls.